I was not done even the slide one. This one that I'm displaying. You didn't hear anything about this one.
Yes, we
The
didn't hear
framework.
anything. Yes, Mr. Chaula.
Okay. All right. The grade 12s and the teachers, I'm very sorry. Remember, Tabu? I can see you are joining here. Um, I've spoken a lot alone. Question one is 20 marks. Definition of terminology. Measure from the term, analyzing the map, root map, volume of a cylindrical object for 20 marks. When we talk about question one, we said this is the question that all of us must start with on Tuesday, even tomorrow. Paper one. Start with question one. Why, Mr. Chabala? Question one, my boys and girls, it is just given away. Those are the marks for free. You grab them quickly, you put them in your pocket. You know that you've got 20 marks already on Tuesday. Why? These are the level one questions. Very simple. So we have even terminologies that you need to know. So don't make a mistake. Take that whole 20 marks and you know that you've got 20 marks out of 100, you've got 20% already. Question two, reading from the map. We are telling you what will be on the paper in question two on Tuesday because we love you so much. There is no need to fail. Don't go and look at other maps. Go and look at strip chart map for question two. And the layout plan. A layout can come up in different way. The strip chart map, you know it. I'll show you. But the layout plan can be a layout of a what? Of a cinema, a layout of a stadium, a layout of a bus, how people are seated in a bus, how people are seated in a train, how people are seated in the aeroplane. Those are what you call it in the train, even in the aeroplane. Those are the types of layout plans that you can get. It can come up in different format. Even in the classroom, the way you are sitting in a classroom can be a layout plan. Question three, body mass index personal. We are telling you, you know the formula for BMI. There will be question there, and you'll be given the height of a person. You'll be given the what you call it, the weight of the person. You plug it in the what in the formula. You get your answer. But remember, in Maths Lit, we don't just focus on calculations and so what, because it's a subject that is lovely. It is just lovely. And why? Because whatever we are doing, whatever we are calculating, it must inform our everyday life. So you have calculated and you found that Mr. Chavalala is weighing about 120 kilograms and his height is about 1.7 or 1.6. So what? No, Mr. Chavalala, you are overweight. You have to go to the gym. You have to diet and eat the correct diet. So that's you need to be able to do what? To come up with conclusion. Most of the questions in mathematical literacy, the calculations mean something. So you must be able to attach your reasoning with your calculation. Questions like this that says verify, you remember them. Um, those are the questions that after you have calculated, you must come up with a conclusion. Therefore, Chabalala's statement is incorrect or is invalid or is valid. You have a mark for that. So I've seen you that most of you boys and girls, you just focus on calculations. You don't make conclusions. Don't leave that one mark. It make a very big difference in your marks. And the strip chart map. You've been doing this a lot with your teachers. Prepare during the weekend again, because there will be a question based on that. You know what are the conditions or the characteristics of a strip chart map. It's not drawn up to the scale, but it shows you the distance between two towns or three towns, whatever. I'll show you an example of a street chart map. I'm not going to be so much long. Remember, I said I'm going to give you the presentation later to send it to your teachers. Then you can go through it as you prepare yourself. It is not 100% complete. Question three, body mass index. I've spoken about that. Volume, cost of material, cylinder. We are saying you are going to calculate the volume, but based on what? On a cylinder. What is a cylinder, Mr. Chawla? You know, Tabo. You know, Ntswaki. You know what you call no, that when you talk about a cylinder, it can be a bucket, It can be a drum. It can be a bucket. You've got it in your houses, but at times you find that you went out and fetched water using a cylinder, but you got zero in a question that was asking about the cylinder. How on earth? Should not be like that, boys and girls, because our subject is alive. When you are calculating the volume there of this bottle, remember that you were drinking from that bottle. So it is very important. I can see one person is already contemplating what will be the question based on that. Yes, yes. It might be given the height, the radius, or the diameter. Then say calculate the volume of that particular cylinder. And at times we forgot that when we are calculating the volume of a cylinder, V is equals to pi r squared h. We need r, we don't need diameter. But an examiner can say the diameter is 12 millimeters or 12 centimeters. But you can't go and substitute 12. What must you do? Divide that by 2 because you need radius. And radius is half of a diameter. Then you have to substitute 6 into your formula. All right, I'm just reminding you, these are the things that you are doing from January. They are there in your classwork books. They are there in your homework books. And conversions and temperature, very important. You must be able to move from degrees Fahrenheit also to the degrees Celsius. And conversions, imperial and metric. Boys and girls, remember how to convert from the millimeters to centimeters, centimeter to meters, meters to kilometers. Even going back again, you need to know your conversions very well. And they are not given. We call them the meters, the centimeters, the kilograms, the grams. Those are the metric units, the ones that we are using in South Africa. Then those ones, they will never be given in the question that 1 centimeter is equals to what you call 10 millimeters or whatever. It must be in your head. On Tuesday, you must come prepared, knowing very well how to move from one unit to another. But the imperials will be given you. What are the imperials? An example? Yes, you are right. The tons, the yard, the inches, whatever, that one will be given. It will be saying to you 1 inch is equals to 2.54 centimeters. Just making an example. 1 ton is equals to 1,000 kilogram. Those ones will be given, and there will be a question based on that. But the metric ones in your cup, must be there. You must be able to recall them as you are writing on Tuesday. Speed, distance, and time. If there is a formula there given to you, it will be either asked to calculate the speed, distance, or time. Most of you are good in calculating speed. You are good in calculating speed when the formula is given there. But the moment they can say to you, we are giving you speed, we don't give you time. We are giving you only distance. Calculate time. It becomes a problem. If the formula for calculating time is not given, you have that one of the speed only. These are the things that you must go and practice. Know how do I calculate time if I'm given speed and distance? You must be able to play with the formula. We are saying you are manipulating the formula. You are making what is required the subject of the formula. Go and practice that. The sitting plan, again, there it comes. The grid map, you must be able to do that. All right, let me just quickly check. I've got few examples here. Look, here, and for question 1, I'm just giving you in terms of definition of terminologies. We are no longer, we are trying by all means, the examiners, to do what? To make life to be easy for you. Because at times you can say, define the word temperature. You know it, the temperature, but you know it in Sesotho. You know it in Xhosa. You can't put it on your paper in terms of defining it in English. So we said to minimize that, let us give you the what? The definitions, and we give you the terminology. You match it based on the questions. So on Tuesday, they can ask you circumference, probability 1 hour. temperature and give you the definitions, but the definitions are mixed together. So you need to know which one goes with what. Circumference, it goes with what? Probability. For an example, the likelihood that something might happen, probability can go with that. I'm just making an example. Meaning that 1.1.1, you don't have to write the whole sentence. You must just write next 1.1.1, the definition, or 1.1.2, the definition of probability, it goes with G. Please don't waste your time. It's only 2 marks. Just write the letter next to the corresponding number. So I'm giving you, even on the left-hand side here, the possible terminology that you can be asked on Tuesday. What is the perimeter, the area, the radius, the volume, the diameter? But I assure you, you will be given it in a form of a matching of columns, or you'll be given the definitions, then you attach it to the symbol that goes along with that. Go and touch everything under the maps and the measurement. Don't forget, on Tuesday, it's all about measurement, maps and plans, scale, and probability. All right. Now, when you go to, I think I'm still audible. My teachers, Ms. Alman, I'm still audible.
Yes, Mr. Chabalala.
Thank you very much. This is an example of a strip chart map, boys and girls. That I just what you call reminding you. I can see you are saying, oh, this is the strip chart map. Yes, this is the one. It shows you the towns, how to calculate the distance between towns and all that stuff. And what are the characteristics of this map? Useful for planning a trip. Use straight lines to connect important features. You can see the straight line, those blue ones, the yellow ones, along the route such as towns, tourist destination, dams, etc. Distance between places written on a straight line joining the place. No relationship between the length of the line joining any places and the actual distance. All right, that one is not so much important. But let's make an example. Where I'm standing now, I'm in Senegal. I'm stopping there at one of the what you call Smalanyana complex, because I had to present. I'm in my car, and the question can say, you can see that I was traveling along N1 from Bloemfontein. When I was in Fixbeck, in Windbeck, the question can say, what is the distance that Mr. Chawla has already traveled between Bloemfontein and Windbeck? You can see on the blue one, the purple, here is the purple one, or the pink one, Bloemfontein and Windbeck. And there it is written again, 131, 113. You can see that from 0 to 113, that is the distance between Bloemfontein and Windbeck. But the question can say further, if you move from Windbeck, you come to Bethlehem. This is going to be my next destination after Poloru. How many kilometers will I have been traveled? Will have traveled? It will be that 113. Then you would go across. You can see from Windbeck to Bethlehem there, it's 131. I'm going to add that distance, and it will give me as to how much now, how many kilometers did I travel. Therefore, it will be 131 plus 113. That will be 242 from Bloemfontein to Bethlehem. I can go further to Harrismith and add that 102 that is given. So just go and practice this with your teachers. They're still going to touch on them. And there will be a question that is attached to this question of a strip chart map. And again, calculating speed, distance, or time based on the map. Remember, I spoke about that. You can say that what you call Mr. Chabalala has traveled about 113 kilometers from Bloemfontein to Windbeck, and he took 1 hour to get to Windbeck. Calculate the speed that he was traveling with. They want to know the speed of my car based on the distance, based on the time that I've already driven. That one, it will be a straight substitution. We know that speed is distance over time. Distance 113 on top, time 1 hour below. If the question says kilometers per hour, therefore the answer will be 113 divided by 2. More or less, it will give you the speed as to how long I was traveling. So those are the questions that you can expect. Now, the layout plan, I told you about the layout plan. This one is the layout plan of the ablution facilities. What is the ablution facility? Those are the toilets, or the what? The toilets with the showers, or whatever. We call it ablution facility. The question can say, in this question, it was last year's question, write down the total number of showers. So you might be given a sitting plan of a what? Of a bus. And there will be seats or chairs that you can see, seats in the bus, I'm sorry. You can see that, oh, the number of seats in this bus, there are 30, and each seat taking 2 people. All right, 30. You write the answer, 30. You get your 2 marks. Write down the total number of showers in this case. You just literally count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It has been given you the showers, those things, the circle and something like the water coming out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You write 9 showers. That is your answer. Determine rounding to the nearest whole number, the scale of the plane. Right. You've got the distance there. You have been given the what you call the distance that you have. You might be given also the scale and all the stuff. Then you calculate. Give one suitable reason why benches are found in these ablution facilities. You can see on the far left, those are the benches. Why? People after showering, they can sit there, or they can wait there whilst if the toilets are closed or are full or whatever. So they can wait there. It's a waiting place or whatever. On the right hand side there, you can see it's another layout plan, but this one is one of the shopping center. It tells you that Maluti, Puteri Chaba there, Senegal, if there is Molanyana Mall, Velcom, you mentioned them, Goldfields, what you call mall, Bloemfontein waterfront, etc. So this it shows you how are the shops actually laid out of this what you call a complex, and the question can come and say how many entrances are there. You can see there are 4 there, 1, 2, 3, 4. You just count, you get the answer. You know, how many shops are there? You count because they are written shop 1, blah blah, shop 2, all the stuff. Give the direction, the general direction of shop 21 to Toy World, or tell us what is the general direction from shop 21 to Toy World. So if the campus is given there is facing up as a north, you can say it's going to be northeast or whatever. Go and practice things like those ones that are attached to the map. Those are the possible questions on Tuesday. And if I continue, remember that the Chawala told you about calculating the volume and that we are going to use a cylinder. Here, this is a cylinder, a tram that is putting on oil, and on the left-hand side, it's a truck, and the shape of the truck at the back, it is in a cylindrical form, and it has a diameter, it has the length or the height. It will depend. Even that oil barrel has a height, it has a diameter and the radius. So there will be question based on that. And you will have seen also in your framework, it says calculate the cost of material. It can even say to you to buy what you call a barrel of oil. It costs about 2,000 rand. If Chawalala is buying 15 trams, how much will it cost? It is financed, but it is still there in paper too. When coming to measurement, you must expect that question where you are calculating the cost of the material. It can come in different way. On the right hand side is the temperature. Use the formula. The formula most of the time will be given. At times you have to calculate the Fahrenheit, but in this case you are just the temperature rise above 70 degrees, the compost will sacrifice, convert this temperature to decrease Fahrenheit. You just substitute here and make a decrease Fahrenheit a subject of the formula. Go and practice questions like those ones. The speed and the distance I've already spoken about, but it can be given in a different way. Look at this question. Amukele leaves Kobabis at 7:45 and travels at an average speed of 90 kilometers an hour. He states that he will arrive in Gauteng, in Grootfontein at 12 noon. If he travels at the same speed, verify, use calculation if his timing is correct. You see, this is a high order question. 3 marks, 4 marks, even 5 marks. You must be practicing this in preparation of Tuesday, because the time is not given to you directly that it's 2 hours or 3 hours. So you have to calculate from 12 to what you call yes, from 7:45 up to 12. It's how many hours, so that you can be able to substitute in the what you call in the formula. But in this case, you are supposed to get also time, so you must be able to calculate time using the speed and the distance. The same question example is there below. Right. I want to just run towards the end now. This is also continuation of question 3, cost of material. Mary needs to measure the length of a sliding door to find how much material she must make to make a curtain. The curtain material costs 89 rand 99 per meter. It is very important, boys and girls, you read what is given before you can rush to calculate. You know, a person when they start to say, I'm going to 1.1.1, I'm going to answer it, I want to calculate it. What are you calculating? Because you did not make sense of the given context. The given context is that you see the blue one, the highlighted one, it will inform your answers. You won't be able to get the answer if you have not made sense of what is given to you. It tells you that it costs 89 rand 99 per meter. You are going to need that information as you calculate. So it is very important. Read with understanding. Don't rush. You are given how many hours? 2 hours, 100 marks. We have calculated nicely that even if you can read a question twice, you still make it. So it is very important. It is very important that you read with understanding before you can calculate. Those are the questions, and they are based on the cost of materials. I won't go through them. We'll send you this presentation. Conversions goes further. You might be given a recipe, a cooking recipe. It can be baking the what you call the scones, or you are cooking a mince, or you are cooking a lasagna and all that stuff. But what is all of the rationale about the question? We want to see whether you know the conversions, especially cooking conversions like this one. How 1 cup is equals to 250 millimeter, 1 tablespoon. Remember, these ones are given, but you must be able to do what? To work with numbers. If they say 2 tablespoon of salt, the question might say how many milliliters. So you must be able to know that, 1 tablespoon equals to 15 milliliters, meaning that 2 tablespoons will be 30 milliliters. 1 dozen. You know, others, they don't still understand. Grade 12s, let us not make noise. Some of you don't know what is a dozen. Doesn't mean that 12 units. And when you talk about dozens, we don't talk about eggs only. you are just, others, when you talk about dozen, no, not only that. It's an example of that. That's why it is said 1 dozen is equals to 12 units. We can have a dozen of people in a taxi, dozen of people in a class, meaning that there are 12. So can we have half dozen of chickens? You see that 6. Don't attach it to eggs only. You can have dozen of a lot of things. Those are the things that you must remember. There will be a question like this. A question maybe might come like this. I'm not gonna have continue more than this. Salimani and my fellow colleagues, as well as our lovely and beautiful grade 12s. So This is my slide, my favorite slide that I was looking forward to.